Howdy folks, today's soap is brought to us from excuse me, Shave Master General, that's SMG. And this one here is unscented. And this is one of the very first ones that John Romanoff did with in collaboration with Hugo Martinez and South Florida Wet Shavers there. And you can tell I've used just a bit out of it. I've got it whipped up here in a bowl from Vania Lane with a Burma shave brush. That's what it looks like there in the bowl. Not exactly drippy, but it is wet. See how it works out today. I also got the Allen Block no rubber band this morning, and I got Humphrey's witch hazel that's got menthol and peppermint in it. And this is the bigger one. You may not see too many of these. The 16-ounce size, pretty good size. I'm going to follow up with the Stetson aftershave this morning. Shaver of the day is a Dubl Duck Safety Matic. There's the blade there. It's a Personna blade. And this is what it looks like on the end here. Got a little tab here that you can push forward to help push the blade on out. And I think in the grand scheme of the things, this is the newer model of the Dubl Duck. I think. I'm not real sure. That's my guess right now. I have also a Dubl Duck, and the difference in between this one here and a Dubl Duck is it'll look an awful lot like this, with the exception this won't be black. It'll be metal, and it does not have this button right here or this lever to push the blade on back. There's just going to be a little stop there for the guard that goes across there. Already put a hot towel to the face this morning, and I did go ahead and put some Stirling's beard oil that doubles as a pre-shave oil in there. And oh, also this one here is for me too. Thought this was pretty funny. When I saw it, I had to get some. This one here is licorice scented. I'm sure he's going to enjoy that. Anyway, go ahead and get started here. Today is Labor Day, and yesterday, I had planned on doing this yesterday, and see, this would be what, Friday night going into, no, it'd be Saturday night going into Sunday, that's right. Last Saturday, my son did, he went to Mansfield, Texas with the band for the football game that was being played there. Broken Arrow went to go play there, and yeah, I know, Oklahoma and Texas, but anyway. So he left Saturday morning, which was not a problem getting there. But when he came back, it was around 3 o'clock on Sunday morning. Well, I was, I'm still sleeping usually. Anyway, went and picked him up, got him home, and don't know what all took place, but anyhow, when I woke up later on in the morning, Sunday morning, my head was just killing me. So I took some medication, went back to bed. Next time I woke up, it was like 20 after 4 in the afternoon. As if I was the one that was up all night, coming in from Mansfield. I don't know, maybe I was mentally. Trying to make sure I didn't oversleep, not hear the alarm. It doesn't happen very often, but it does happen where I'm just that tired, I'll sleep right through an alarm. Not very often. It happens maybe once a year. I have a day like that. And anyhow, my timing is all off when I sleep now, since I slept all day on Sunday. Today's Monday. Here we go. Oh, I don't know if you can see it. There is some of the wording right there. It's pretty cool. It does mention on here about Dubl Duck and where it was made in New York, and just a lot of, to me, great information where it came from. We'll go ahead and get started. And it is kind of short. It's not a real big hair shaper as it goes for length and size. In other words, it's not quite as intimidating as maybe a straight razor. But yeah, better get that out of the way. Here we go. I should mention that this one here is just a little bit lighter than the, we'll call it the Pearl Duck. The Safety Matic has a little bit of plastic to it, and it does make a difference in the weight. I can tell the difference. Yeah, Joy, he released his video on Sunday. I did see him. I did see that he released it. I didn't watch anything yesterday. Like I said, I was toast. So I got 2 days worth of growth here. And if you're wondering, yes, Broken Arrow did win their football game. It started out in the beginning kind of wondering how close this game was going to be, because it was starting out to be relatively close, but as you know, got closer to second quarter, things changed quite a bit. Being the first game, you know, they still had a lot of kinks to work out, if you will. It was fun to watch on TV. It wasn't that it was televised by a network per se. It's a kind of, I guess you might say, something along the lines of a local thing, where they televise, and you have to go to a particular place on the web to pick it up. But it was fun to watch. Now the band is supposed to be going to St. Louis in October for what they call Bands of America, and the wife is very interested in going. We booked the hotel rooms last night, so looks like we'll be going. Unless something comes up. Yeah, we were looking at hotels, and some of them are already booked solid for that event. So it's not necessarily a small event. If you're not, don't have any kids in band or anything like that, you may not even know about it. You might have heard about it if you're in the St. Louis area, but didn't know it was a thing until, you know, here recently. I say recently, the past couple of years. I know they would do fundraising. In other words, they'll do car washes and stuff like that, and you could see the signs, Bands of America, and I was always like, what's that? Had no idea what it was. I think it took, I think it was five or six buses, charter buses, to get the kids there and back. It was a lot of excitement for the kids. You know, some of them have never done this before. So far, everything's gone pretty smooth on the shave. It's been a while since I shaved with one of these. Because of the weight, in other words, you have to be a little bit mindful of the pressure that you're using. It's a little different than a straight razor, that's for sure. Straight razor's got a lot more weight to it. Still got a little bit left on my face to knock off there, so there might be a little bit of a cross the green pass on this shave today. That is one thing about this particular brush. The Burma shave I can get here locally in the local grocery store for about $4.29. They still carry it, right along with Williams. And and a little bit of Vanderhagen. It does not have any trouble whipping up a lather, especially if you're looking for something on the fluffy side. It'll definitely do the fluffy pretty easy. It's a inexpensive brush, so like this one here, after the knot starts to get to be a bit much, needs to be replaced. It'll be one of those that I plan on removing the old boar hair knot out of there and putting another one in. And if I mess it up, it's not the end of the world. Like I say, 429 is not too bad. Been looking a little bit at the straight razors, trying to wrap my arms around everything still. There's a lot of information on, that you got to grasp as it goes for trying to hone a straight razor. One of the things is tape. How many layers of tape was used, if any tape was used at all, on the previous hone, so you're not trying to, I guess you might say, reset the bevel. So I'm trying to get one that's already, hey, can you say set, and all I need to do is refresh it if I know what I'm doing. I'm sure I'll mess up a few of them. Not going to be perfect out of the gate, I know that. Should be interesting. A lot of fun. The excitement when you finally get it to that point where you really like it. And then you got to think, okay, now how did I do this? In other words, get used to honing and what your process is. Get a system set up. What works best for each razor. I think I got it on the instant grain pass. I did pretty good. Then I was going to have to do across the grain on there. But that little strip that I talk about quite a bit that's through here, it got most of it whittled down, so I think I'm good to go. Should mention the going to have a I guess you might say a shaver on standby in case the shave doesn't go well. And I've been thinking about which one it's going to be. And I have a razor. Well, I did get a little close right through there, didn't I? Stinging just a bit. I've got a razor that I have setting out that has the cap and the base plate is an open comb Gillette old style, but the handle is from a Gillette Tech Ball Tech. In other words, the original handle was cracked pretty good, and I didn't want to, I guess you might say, make it any worse. So I set the handle off to the side and had an extra handle here through a lot of stuff, shaving stuff that I had got a while back. And so I decided to go ahead and just put those two together, and I think that's what I'm going to use as my backup razor, especially if I want to quickly get this little spot right here real quick and I guess you might say get on with my shave. There's a lot of different kind of straight razors out there. In other words, not looking at just new ones, but vintage ones, as well as some off of Etsy. Price ranges are just like everywhere, all over the map. And of course, it seems like for me, the heavier they are, the easier the shave is. But I've also noticed the one that Maddie sent me, that one there, even though it was lighter, it was still relatively easy to use. And so that kind of threw a kink in my thinking. Now I'm not so sure. I know some of the 5/8 are kind of, the ones I'm using at 5/8 don't seem to be quite as smooth. But maybe that's just because my technique was off. So I'll have to do some my rethinking. So I think throughout the month of September, not only am I going to be doing shavettes, but I think I'm going to throw in some straight razors in there too, just so I can start to get the feel, get a good idea how big or small I want to go from blade size, whether 5/8 is the one or it's going to be 6/8. I'm thinking 6/8 is going to be it. And of course there is that desire to go ahead and get one that's 7/8. Just, you know, you got to have one. You're going to be in straight razor shaving, you know, for me it's just getting that 7/8 is going to be just awesome. And so I've been looking everywhere. I went ahead and where I work, we of course we got today off, Monday, Labor Day, and so I think I'm going to, I already went ahead and took Tuesday off too. So I might do another video tomorrow with this one here was the Safety Matic, and I'll do one with the Dubl Duck version, and it'll be blue, and you'll be able to see the subtle difference in between them. But it's basically more or less, by weight there's a little bit of a difference, you can tell, but pretty much the same. But these are, as it goes for these Dubl Ducks, I only got a total of 3, and one of them I don't have blades for. I'm going to have to find blades for one day, or see if I can get the kinds I've been using to fit in there. Anyway, hey, had a good shave this morning. If you're interested in using a shavette, it is a challenge, steep learning curve. Hope everybody's doing well. Stay safe and smooth shaves to you.